I know, Jesus lookalike, huh? Anyways, today is March 17th, 2026. This is Luigi C. Russo here to give you the monthly highlight update number 3 of 12. Speaking of St. Patty's Day, I'm giving them a like. Yep, that's right. To all of Ireland, especially Northern Ireland. Big Italy game coming up on March 26th. So, Balaloik, huh? So, huge game coming up for Team Italy, Italia. And so I'll be listening to that, watching it, however, looking at my phone, trying to figure out what's going on. And speaking of St. Patrick's Day, I didn't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day growing up. My friends did. But one time in college, I decided to celebrate. I went to a track meet, so I, had to play catch up at the keg party. And this is actually the cup that I drink out of. Larry Bird Cup, that's right. St. Patrick's Day, Boston Celtics. I was at Adrian College. I don't know what year I was, junior. But anyways, woo-wee. I played catch up really quick. Got to a point where I was sitting on the ledge. Everybody thought I was going to fall off. And then I remember walking to the car. I knew I had to go that way, but my body just wouldn't go that way. I was like veering off that way. They had to grab me, put me in the car. I survived. Don't forget my website. Can you see it? poetluigi.com. That's where you can read a little tiny bio, not a whole lot. My weekly blogs I try to do every Saturday. My most current podcast, which I do every Sunday. This past weekend, messed everything up. It also has where you can buy my books. I have 17 self-published poetry books. So that's poetluigi.com. POETLUIGI.com. My current reads are the same as February. I'm still reading Stephen King's Wizard and Glass. Dark Tower 4. It's like a typical Stephen King. For me, it's a little slow at first. I'm waiting to the ending. That's when I start to speed up and it gets really exciting. But right now it's just a slow toilet read. And then I'm still moving through G.I. Joe Compendium 1. And yes, you can see I am more than halfway through. What issue am I on? Let's see here. Issue. Number 31. So it's got the first 50. This is I'm on issue 31 over here. And it's, like I said, I read them all before, over and over and over. Those are my current reads. The family. What's the family doing? What's the wife doing? She is a remote health coach because she's certified and has a bachelor's in health and a master's in health and wellness. Her third master's, and so she's finally doing something, that's in her field because she's certified and has a master's degree. So she's enjoying that. The oldest is going to be in a play. In April, constantly auditioning, just got a job at college. Let's see, the second oldest is has an upcoming musical, so that'll be last Sunday of this month. Got that, and he has the lead role. Get to hear him sing. The third son is taking a break from indoor soccer, and then I'll be doing U15. Coming up, practices begin end of the month, and then the son number 4 will be taking a little. Always taking a little break, but no, he's going to be getting ready for soccer in April. So right now, he's just being a 5-year-old. Um, my health update. There's always something, So like my biggest journey is trying to beat triglycerides naturally. It didn't work so well, so after many years of having super high triglycerides, probably killing my veins, clogging arteries, whatever it does. Finally, we taking medicine. I just couldn't beat it. Still in the 300s, and that was with drinking once a week. No breads for 3 months. Pasta and pizza only on Sundays. No chips, no cakes, no cookies. Lots of always fruit and vegetables. Maybe if anything, I probably could have consumed more protein. But it's time to let science assist me. Schedule update. I think I got 2 more paychecks until get enough money to buy the USS flag. Not complete, just buy it and then start figuring out the pieces, parts that I need to complete it. For the first time, I will be coaching U15 through the Manaway Soccer Association, which I'm a board member. I'm the vice president of the board. So, I'll be doing that. I'm getting ready. I'm excited because these are all older kids, like 13, 14. And so looking forward to that. I've been watching all these old soccer games, trying to get feel for different things to do on the field. And that's got practices last week of this month. I was also wrote an article for the La Nostra Voce, the official publication of the Italian Sons and Daughters, the March issue. Here's my story. Can you see it? Can you see it? I know it's a little blurry, but my name. Azure Memories, A Lifetime in Blue. I like it. And so that's cool. I'm in there. And so instead of giving a highlight, I'm going to read one of my favorite poems that actually we read at our wedding in July 8th, 2006. Holy moly. Excuse me, I had a burp. Which was almost 20 years ago, and the same year Italy won the World Cup. And you notice that my shirt just happens to say, can you see it? 2006. That's a quinty dink. But anyways, I'm going to read this poem. It's the favorite poems of all the stuff I've written. And I ended up self-publishing it in one of my volumes, Gather Dust, Volume 1. I'm currently writing Volume 2 right now, just finding a bunch of old poems and journals, and I think I'm throwing in my, what do you call that? My master's thesis. I'm throwing that in there for my English. 27 poems, just all kind of journal entries, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to read this poem because I think it's worth reading. You can see me in action reading. If I ever do a poetry reading at a location for the first time, I usually read this one. I read a couple of garbage poems, and I read this, and people are like, wow. So, and I wrote this back in for a different master's in English. Yeah, it's the same thesis. I'm putting it together, Dust Volume 2. Anyways, I wrote it back then in college for my girlfriend, who became my fiance, who became my wife, and pretty much the love of my life, the muse. Alright, this one is called Dancing Hearts. Still, after all these racial times, we are true. Look into her eyes. How deep is the deepest brown of her blue, swimming from thin clouds and seemingly skies? I breathe to live, to love you. I step aside to watch you walk by. How deep is the deepest brown of her blue, swimming from thin clouds and seemingly skies? I reach a grasp at that dance you do. My heart smiles to cry and cry. I breathe to live, to love you. I step aside to watch you walk by. I reach a grasp at that dance you do. My heart smiles to cry and cry. Falling treasury to you. On the laps of your lungs try. I breathe to live, to love you. I step aside to watch you walk by. Falling treasury to you. On the laps of your lungs try. All the dark deals can leisurely go. Young tears drop to kiss bye-bye. I breathe to live, to love you. I step aside to watch you walk by. That's it. Alright, that concludes March updates of Luigi C. Russo. Don't forget, go to poetluigi.com. Buy all my books. Just buy them all. And if you ever see me walking the streets, I'll sign it for you. Or maybe not, but until next time. Peace out.